Yo, Logan, like I just got back from this fucking concert. I got 4 fucking hot ladies. Let's do a fucking shot, dude. Come on. They want to hang out
Dude,
with you, dude. What the fuck's on
I'm
your
taking
face?
care of my acne.
What?
I'm trying to
Dude,
look good.
dude, I'm about to send these 4 honeys in and they're gonna fucking get you. Yo, ladies, come on. Yeah. Logan's got a face mask on.
Like, come on. I'm just trying to have I'm just trying to have a night to myself.
Dude, come on. Let's do a shot. You like, come on.
I'm like, no. And scene. Welcome to the Impaulsive Postcast, the official Impulsive After Show.
What's up, y'all? This is we can't. I don't want to say Chris Hardwick, but I keep going back to it.
No, there's no other person who does like an after show type thing.
This is the Talking Dead.
It's like the Talking Dead for Impulsive. I'm Ryan, and that is my brother Zach. Together, we make up the world's foremost Paulologists, the people who study the Paul brothers. And because we are brothers, that gives us an edge on the competition. That's and right. It really isn't a competition at this point.
We're the first and only channel / podcast / postcast on the web right now, doing what we're doing. And we're pushing ourselves every day and every episode to get better and have more good, interesting content so we can get on the actual Impulsive podcast.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? Yeah, so this episode, we're talking about Jacob Sartorius.
Yes.
This is an episode from Wednesday. I don't know what day. What was it? The 11th?
December 11th.
Is that right?
No, December 12th. Sorry.
Okay. So, but I think it was actually pre-taped. I was like watching it, and I was like feeling like they were referencing things in the world that were like, kind of like a week or two ago. Maybe that's just me. So what did you think?
I didn't know much about this guest at all. I've never even fucking heard of him.
Whenever I looked up after the show, I looked up Sweatshirt, the song he was embarrassed about singing. And I thought I recognized the music video, but that's about it. I did not recognize him at all. It's very interesting. Again, like, it's crazy how we are Paulologists. We are the world's top Paulologists. And I feel like I am pretty knowledgeable about the world of like social media and influencers. But again and again, this show has shown me that I know very little of the actual landscape. Like, there are so many tiny kids that have billions of followers that I've never seen in my life, and this is one of them.
Right. I actually didn't even look at his numbers.
Well, they said on Musical.ly he had 25 million.
Right.
Which is a bonkers.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. That's a lot of fucking followers.
It's the first. I don't know if it's the first, but it's crazy that he said he got actually first got popular on YouNow, right?
That's what he said. Yeah, that's where he started.
Which is another. I knew about you. Do you know about YouNow?
I just knew about YouNow because of Ricky.
Yeah, our brother Ricky, he's sort of an influencer. He was on The Voice and American Idol. And so he was kind of a little Jacob Sartorius for a little bit. He would get on YouNow and do like play songs and answer questions and stuff.
Yeah,
it was just kind of a live streaming. It was a live streaming app based. It was like targeted at like tweens and teens.
I remember when I heard of YouNow, I was just like, that just sounds like a porn site to me.
Yeah, and it was like I watched a lot of YouNow just to get the vibe of it, and it was weird. It was just like it was literally.
Was it like chat roulette kind of?
No.
Okay.
It was just like live streaming, and kids didn't really even do much. Like the most popular kids on there would just sit in front of the screen and answer questions like, "Oh, thank you." Like people would comment like, "Your eyes are so pretty," and they'd be like, "Thanks." Things like that. Yeah, it's just basically it was for cute kids to look cute, and for like, kids to like tweens to thirst over their crush and maybe get a response whenever they type in a comment.
Yeah, I mean, Jacob Sartorius is a pretty cute kid, so I'm sure he did pretty well.
I watched some of his musicallys, and I was like, kind of like, I wonder if he's one of those kids who's like very good at editing and does like lots of cool tricks and stuff. And I'm sorry to say that he wasn't. He was just cute. He was pretty classic, just like, you know, musically where they record it at a slower speed, so their movements are all like jerky.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I can't really. I missed the boat on You Now. I don't think I've ever been on it.
I only went on it to see what it was a few times.
And musically, I mean, I don't know that one.
Yeah, I'd actually never downloaded musically. I knew what it was and everything.
But let's dig into a little bit of what actually happened on the show. I mean, pretty like well-spoken 16-year-old.
Yeah.
He seemed
on all social media. I finessed the game.
Yeah, he sounded like a little stoner.
Yeah, his voice always got low and grumbly.
You know, like I started doing this, and I I didn't let it get me down, and I kept pushing myself, and I look up to everyone, man. Like that's weird. Some people don't understand that.
Yeah,
no, he seemed like a nice kid. But I will say this, like, one of the funnier things that he said was talking about, like, because Logan's like, oh, well, what'd you think about me? He's like, man, I just thought, you're savage. You say whatever you want. Like, you don't care, like, what other people say. And then they're like, well, we can't really
people were
do
afraid
that.
to say what they're thinking before you, but you just said it. You had no filter. You're savage.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Mike was like, you could see Mike, he was like, no, that's not what we
Yeah, it is funny that like, no filter was Logan's brand. And I guess like kids still, the Suicide Forest didn't, for a lot of other people, didn't really say the negative aspects of, or didn't show the negative aspects of just going and saying whatever you think, no filter.
Right.
That was I guess for little kids that wasn't like a lesson about how that sort of mentality can go wrong. Yeah,
I just don't think they understood it.
Yeah.
But what do you got? What do you got here?
Just about that, there's freaking like stoner like thing that they were trying to like make sense, and then when they said it in the moment, it didn't make any sense. Like, how far out there before you get back in here? Like, how out there can you get before you're actually back in?
Yeah.
And as much as I stretched to think about what that meant, I was not sure what they were going for.
I mean, I think it's just a really dumb thing that they said. I thought that was funny. I actually liked that part. Okay. and it went so like over like Jacob's head. He was like, I don't know like what's going on right now. Which were a couple things that they asked him where they were kind of kidding, but like, he couldn't tell they were being like sarcastic.
So this, I don't know if he said this kid's 16. Did we say that?
Yeah, he's a 16-year-old kid.
And he started getting popular when he was 13. Washington, D.C. suburbs.
Yeah.
I think it was, I guess, the most interesting thing in this episode. I don't know. Before we get to this, the funniest thing I think that Jacob Sartorius said is that one of his favorite things to do is go to trampoline places.
Yeah.
Like Sky Zone. Like, if you guys don't know, it's just like a big warehouse full of like trampolines, and there's like dodgeball and like basketball and stuff like that, and like foam pits. And he said, I just enjoy the scenery there, man. He just goes there, parks it on a bench, and just enjoys the scenery. Kids like, jumping.
Just like with his notebook, he just like hangs out there.
It's like some people go to parks, some people, that's just his place where he goes out and vibes, Sky Zone.
Yeah, and then at that point, like, I think Logan was like, yeah, we forget that you're kind of just a kid still, Yeah, that was a fucking funny answer to me too. I was like, oh, that's really funny. I mean, even for a 16-year-old, I think that you know what I mean.
That's kind of the end of that. I don't know when kids stop going to Sky Zone, but I like Sky Zone a lot. I'll shout out Sky Zone. I love how they give you the socks. They have they have orange socks with grips on the bottom that say like play safe, fly hard, or something like that. And there's also when you go to Sky Zone. Oh, you're wearing them right now. Are those mine? I freaking let you borrow those, and I wanted them back. Sky Zone socks are some of my favorite socks.
It was funny because I was literally wearing the socks whenever he was talking about.
The thing I do love Sky Zone too. Like, it was funny.
I've never been
because I think it is. I like it. It's fun to jump, but there's like a spot where there's like dodgeball games, organized dodgeball games, and there's these kids that are like, you know, between like 13 and 16 years old that are so good at dodgeball, it's annoying. It's pretty much like if I were to sign on to Fortnite right now, I get immediately sniped. That's what it's like real world Fortnite. Like, these kids, all they do is play dodgeball at Sky Zone, and so just I'll get hit immediately. It's not even fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, the real drama I think this app is the under subtext of everything with this whole show, which is like Mike supposed to be the person who is getting Logan back on track and basically steering him away from the Logan that got him in trouble for Suicide Forest. But actually, Mike is the most immature one, it seems like.
It kind of does. Like, I mean, he is like that. He is like that networky, like, business side of like like Maverick, whatever. So I think like he probably feels that it is his job to go out and like network and like do things and meet people and whatever, probably, you know, get people to be on the fucking podcast. But I think that he's kind of like in that point where he's like, oh, he's kind of fresh to like the team and he's flexing and he's just trying to like, you know, hook up and kind of show off to like people that he's basically rolling with this like crew.
You think he's kind of, this is the first time in his life probably he's felt like a little bit like a rock star.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I can't really blame him, but
and so he's bringing back girls, as you guys saw in the intro sketch. That was something that happened. I mean, Mike brought back a bunch of thoughts. Which I think he said.
I appreciate Jacob for for pushing the tea kettle a bit and wanting to like dig into like this actual drama that people were. This is the shit that people want.
Yeah, because Logan was trying to like let's not talk. Yeah,
he was trying hard not to talk about it.
Because Logan was upstairs, like he was doing a face mask, just taking a little personal time. I don't know what happened eventually. Did those girls like? I don't know. It seems like he got forced into like having sex with these girls.
I'm sure that he just said, and I'm sure that from his reaction, it seemed that he was just like, "Hey, I'm going to fucking bed."
Yeah, maybe.
But if I was doing self-care with a fucking face mask and like in my room, like turned in for the night, like I don't care if you come in with like a couple hot babes, like I'm personally like mentally like would be checked out and like I don't want to like really I'm not just gonna get up at like 11 p.m. So
yeah, I think, and in general, Mike, they, like we talked about before, they're trying to do the David Dobrik party lifestyle thing, right? And I think Mike is in general just trying to like always like be sort of flexing in that way, or just trying to actually become that.
I could see that. That actually makes sense. And it seems that Logan doesn't really want that.
Yeah, he keeps mentioning he wants a steady girlfriend and kids, which is the very opposite of party lifestyle. So it's weird. It's just, again, like, it's weird that Mike is supposed to be the one, the conscience of the group.
Right.
I don't understand how that got put in place. when clearly and he's also like the most sexist almost, because he's like doing girly shit, putting face mask on. It's like, yeah, and I feel bad because he's like more like my age. He's in his 30s. Like he's bringing back the 90s sexism.
He really
He's
is
bringing back, and it's like, yeah, it's so weird that he's supposed to be the mature one. I don't think, and the thing that I keep coming to is it's not that he is supposed to be more mature. They put him there because he's like, he has a business mind, I guess, or at least they're claiming he has a business mind, and they think that business mentality will be the thing that will filter. Like, no matter what Logan does, it needs to be something you can sell. And
right.
I think that they think that something that's sellable is also something that is good for the world, ethical. Like, it's almost like if it could be something that can be sold, then it's also ethical. I don't know. Like they're basically saying like business is synonymous with, if it can be sold, then it's okay for society.
Right. I don't know.
Look, if you get home, know where I'm going. I'm still in a little bit of a rat's nest of thinking about how they're about what the frig mic is.
Right. I mean, I think everyone is. But yeah, it is weird, and it's interesting to see that. I mean, really the one that I think probably does have the most positive effect on Logan, as far as we could tell, is Spencer, who he's all about self-care. He's all about, taking care of yourself and kind of like just zened out. Which he was saying, he's like, Logan doesn't really venture into like my side of the house very much, but he came into my room this morning very concerned about the situation. So
do you think Mike's kids are numbered?
You're breaking up like fucking crazy today, dude. Probably because it might be because I'm on my phone.
Possibly.
Maybe I should switch over to Wi-Fi real quick.
Guys, we're gonna switch over to Wi-Fi real quick. And while Zach does that, I want to ask the question. I didn't. Do you think Mike? Do you think? In my opinion, if I had to, actually, I think it's guaranteed that Mike's gone. And I'm gonna give Mike 1.5 months. I think Mike's gonna be gone by January 22nd.
Wow. That said, with the slot opening up, I'm free on the 22nd. I don't know what your schedule's like, but I'm probably should be pretty freed up.
I can make it. Yeah, I think I could make it to the show. I just think, I think conceptually they needed someone like a Mike, but I don't think Mike's the fit.
Yeah, I think that he was just someone that they knew, and they're like, okay, just because he's older, he has like another perspective, but I don't think he really has the best perspective.
No, unfortunately, he was steeped in 90s culture, and the world's really trying to cleanse itself of a lot of those bad habits that we were doing in the Clinton years.
He seems really, they've talked about his 5-year stint that he had like in a relationship, so I think that he must have had like a bad breakup or something, and he's like like anti-girl, and he's so anti-relationship. He's so like he seems just very like cold.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go back to the business thing, but in general, business people just want to be sharks, loners, wolves.
Right. Speaking of loner, Jacob Sartorius called himself a loner.
Yeah. That might be true. I think it was funny that he liked Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey was his biggest idol. Yeah. It's funny because like that was my biggest idol when I was like in second grade. It's kind of insane. Like that. Like, speaking of the Clinton years, like I was also. It's weird that he's still a young kid still loves Jim Carrey. And he said he liked him because he was serious. Because he can be he was like, he could be like a serious actor. It's like, he's like got real chops, not just a crazy guy. But when I liked him, the reason why I liked him is because he was the crazy guy. It was like after The Mask came out, I just wanted to be The Mask.
Yeah. I mean, I was never that into him, but like like later in like maybe like high school when I saw like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I was like, oh wow.
I knew he had it in him, but I loved him for his goofy roles.
Yeah, totally. What else did I want to talk?
Did you take any notes this time?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Took a lot of mental notes. But I think the main and they talked about and at that, what do you got? Because I don't have shit.
Oh, well, maybe you could talk about this because I didn't watch Stranger Things, but I guess he dated the main character of Stranger Things for a little bit.
I didn't know that. Yeah,
Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby. I didn't know that because they asked him about that.
Mike asked him again. Mike probably wasn't supposed to ask about it, or maybe everybody understood that wasn't something they could talk about, and they brought it up anyway. And I saw a cut again. It's another like this show is rarely cuts. Maybe it was was there another cut around the guitar, like getting the guitar ready and stuff?
No, I think there was another cut during them talking about the fucking beef that happened the night before. They cut some of that out.
With Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Wow. I didn't actually notice that. I was using my hands-free apparatus and cooking breakfast, so I might have.
I mean, their fucking cuts are just so dumb. Like, they're literally like a fake.
They could hide them better. I don't get it. I think it's because they're live editing. Like, they have somebody who's on a switcher, like pushing camera A, camera B, camera A, things like that. And so, I don't know. I mean, guys, just throw it in the fucking Premiere and make a clean cut. I know it's annoying. Like, I don't cut this show. It is annoying. I can sympathize with that. So he did date her, and they broke up. I saw I was looking at some of his content on YouTube after the episode, and I saw he did a live stream after they broke up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah. They didn't really talk about it. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, and then he also didn't want to talk about his current relationship, which was apparently like under wraps. It was private.
Mm-hmm. I think Jacob. You think he's going to be a big star? You think he's headed for greatness?
I don't know. I didn't listen to any of his music, but like that's what he said he was like wanting to do. So I think that he'll probably do all right.
I think
he's finally moving to LA. Congrats, Jacob.
I actually do think he has the X factor clearly, because all he just went on You Now and said nothing and like smiled. Like he's got like that's kind of all you need. I think there's a good chance that
he said he's adopted. He said he's like always felt like out of place and shit like that.
That's a great underdog story.
Very much so.
People bullied him in school and he had to be taken out.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll probably see more of him. If I had to guess, I think that he probably will become a common like household name.
Yeah,
seems that way at least.
I wonder if Ricky's heard of him. I'm sure he has.
Yeah, they're talking about another favorite quote of the episode. When they were talking about Cardi B, Logan was just like, "It's good that she's fertile." I liked that line.
I didn't hear that.
It's good that she's fertile.
What the fuck does that even mean?
He just wanted to have a baby with somebody.
Mm.
So he said Cardi B was in his age range. So that's about it. That'll wrap it up. I don't know what's going to happen with Mike. That's the drama.
Yeah, and I think they said at the end of the episode they said we'll see you next Friday. So I think they're taking
off.
I think they're taking Monday and Wednesday off, and Friday. Like they're not. And then I saw that they were I saw on Logan's Insta that he was driving somewhere. So I think they're going on like another little like retreat. Because they said they were just recently in like Big Bear or Mammoth or some shit like that.
So we're not going to have a new episode for a full week?
He made it clear, hey, we'll see you guys next Friday. Unless he just meant this Friday.
That's when he said that. I thought maybe it was possible that they were recording these like in a different order than we saw. My only guess, but you might be right. We audience, our fans, we don't see you for a week. It's because they didn't come out with another episode. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I will say I've been catching a little bit of flack for this podcast, and I'm not, I don't want to say any names, but I want to keep that private, kind of like Jacob Sartorius style.
But what are they saying?
That this unnamed person just doesn't think that I should be spending my time watching Logan Paul at all.
Yeah, if this person understood anything about Logan Paul, they'd understand that it's not really about Logan Paul.
I really tried to dig into that, but it wasn't really hitting.
Yeah, you know that when you start to get haters, that's when you're actually starting to make it.
That's right. That's right.
And we just gotta finesse the game.
Yeah, for real.
Get our voice out there, and ignore the haters.
Yeah,
actually feed on the hate.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Guys, if you like this podcast, postcast, give us a flipping review. I will say, shout out to Jacob for fucking on the spot playing a little bit of a song that he probably did not want to play at all with an untuned guitar.
Yeah, people don't think like, oh, it's a little out of tune. It doesn't matter. Nah, it kind of does.
Yeah. He was like, I really wish I had a tuned guitar. I was like, I feel that so hard. Because I'm not someone that can tune by ear, and he definitely wasn't either.
Yeah, so thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any insights about the show, if you want to put in comment below how long you think Mike has until he gets kicked out of Team Maverick.
Yeah,
I'm saying June.
You said June 22nd.
January 22nd.
January 22nd.
I'm gonna just push it back.
I'm gonna push it back to February 3rd.
Is that like Groundhog's Day or something?
It's Papa's birthday.
So happy birthday, Papa.
Happy birthday, Papa.
Thanks for watching. If you want the audio version of this show, we are on all the podcast platforms under Impaulsive Postcast. If you're listening to the audio version and you want to see our faces, we're on YouTube under Impaulsive Postcast. And just search whatever the Impaulsive episode name is. I am Brian.
I'm Zach.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for